So for day one of fetal pig dissection, you should be following along in your day one packet, and we are looking at external anatomy. There is a list of structures that you should be able to identify as we move along, and you should be able to follow along in your dissection packet. And I'm going to go step by step as we go through this. So the first step, it says to obtain a fetal pig. Since we are doing this virtually, you're just going to observe me going through the actual dissection. We have to lay the pig on its side in the dissecting pan and locate the dorsal, which is the back. So this part of the pig is the dorsal portion of the pig. The ventral part is going to be the belly. And then the lateral, which is the sides and side surfaces. And then the anterior is the head, and the posterior is down at the bottom. You need to know these terms as you're going to be using them throughout the dissection. The second step is the fetal pig has not been born yet, and its approximate age since conception can be estimated by measuring its length. So you're going to measure its length of the fetal pig from the tip of the snout all the way to the base of the tail. We're going to do that with a string. So here I'm going to take the string and I'm going to go from the tip of the snout all the way to the base of the tail, which is right here. I'm going to hang on to that spot, and I'm going to take that and find a ruler or a measuring stick or a meter stick, and I'm going to figure out how many millimeters this length is. And this is 33.5 millimeters. I'm sorry, 33.5 centimeters, which converted to millimeters is 335 millimeters. And if you look at your sheet, it's full term. So next we're going to examine the head, and you're going to locate the eyelids. Here you have the eyelids right here. They protect the eyeballs from debris. And then you have the external ears, which are the pinnae, which is right here. They help the pig hear. And then the external nostrils, which are right here. The official name for these are the nares. And then you're going to study the pig's appendages, examine the pig's toes. So here we're looking at the toes. And if you look at this, you can see that it has four toes here. It does not have a solid hoof like a horse. It is cloven, divided hoof. Next, we're going to locate the umbilical cord. So right here is the umbilical cord. We're going to use scissors to cut. I'm going to use this pig. This one is a little bit better. I'm going to use scissors to cut this umbilical cord so we have a clean break. And we're going to look at the structures inside the umbilical cord. So right here, you have a larger opening and then two smaller openings, okay? This is, the largest opening is the vein, the umbilical vein, and it carries blood from the placenta to the fetus. And then the two smaller openings, this one and this one, are called the umbilical arteries, and they carry blood from the fetus to the placenta. Now we're going to lift the pig's tail to find the anus, which is right here. And then you're going to study the ventral surface of the pig and note the tiny bumps, which are right here. All these tiny bumps right here, which are the mammary papillae. These are present on both sexes. In the females, these structures connect to the mammary glands, which produce milk. Next, we're going to determine the sex of our pig by locating the urogenital opening through which liquid waste and reproductive cells pass. In the male, the opening is on the ventral surface of the pig, just posterior or below the umbilical cord. So this is a male. If you look right here, you can see the urogenital opening right here underneath the umbilical cord. And you can also look at the back to see the sac. For the female, in order to sex, you're gonna look on the back and you can see the urogenital opening right there.